All right, Jim, our next question here, sent via email to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com, is from Neil, the Banfoot, Northern Ireland.
The Banfoot? What's going on?
Bannfoot, Northern Ireland, the Banfoot, like the Bowery. With regard to the recent internet phenomenon over who would win a battle between 100 men and one gorilla, and given Jim's years of experience in the wrestling industry, could he give us an insight on how such a matchup would play out? 100 men versus a gorilla.
I've seen people talking about this thing, and then, they're going to start with the memes. Well, save the 99 guys, just throw Brock out there, whatever. Honestly, 100 grown adult men with a plan, and simply by sheer numbers and fucking the weight of the oppression of weighing the fucking poor little outnumbered gorilla down, ought to be able to do something. Of course, now the first ones to come up on him from the front are probably going to wish they didn't. But if you take your most expendable, say 6 or 8 guys out of that 100, and you run them up to the front while he's gnawing on their carotid arteries and breaking their bones, you get 4 to come in at a leg, 4 to come in at another leg, 4 to come in at an arm, 4 to come in at the other arm, and maybe 6 to jump off the goddamn balcony on the back of his neck. You take him down, you tie him up, put the sugar hold on him, and then by sheer weight, because 100 men.
Who the hell's putting the sugar hold on him?
Well, the guy with the longest arms, of course. And now if you got 100 guys and they're 180 pounds apiece, well, 180 times 1,800, that'd be 18,000. That'd be 9 tons. Then just all lay on top of him. He won't be able to kick out. I think that gorilla's fucked. Port that. Then we're going to have to call the authorities, because that's cruelty to animals and the mistreatment of wildlife. And somebody's going to get sued over this.
Well, Jim, a quick follow-up before we move on from Ryan in Tazewell, Tennessee. Sent this to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com.
Okay, wait a minute. What? Where?
Tazewell? Tazewell?
There's
an E after the Z. I thought that would make it Tase.
Well, it doesn't, because it's East Tennessee, and they don't do things like that. Tazewell was where I saw the spot show with the 1978 WFIA convention on a Saturday night. Tazewell, Tennessee.
What is your opinion on the debate that has swept the internet this week, 100 men versus a gorilla? I keep seeing it said a bunch of guys like Brock Lesnar would win, but I think you can go the other way with 100 Paul Heymans. They would definitely win, because the gorilla would just get tired with the sheer amount of mass. What are your thoughts?
Well, but see, here's the thing. Muscle weighs more than fat. So your 100 Brock Lesnar's would be heavier than your 100 Paul Heymans. Now, the thing is, the 100 Paul Heymans may act as some type of, living quicksand, in which when the gorilla tried to wade through it, he would be mired down into the suet and the cottage cheese-ishness and the overall, gristle of the thing, to the point where he would be immobilized, and then you could just kind of pick him off, but I'm not sure.
So you're saying 100 men can defeat a gorilla?
Well, yes, but it depends on whether they got a plan.
Who do you think will win, a gorilla or a lion?
Well, now, for heaven's sake, we're talking mixed martial arts here. They're 2 completely different disciplines. You've got the bear-hugging, chest-beating, fucking fist-walloping gorilla, and then you've got the jumping, leaping, roaring, biting fucking lion. Those are 2 different disciplines. What rules are we operating under?
Well, and let's just say, for this example, we're on flat land. There are no trees to prop yourself up and pull yourself up.
I think I got the lion, because the gorilla's going to bleed to death. Because if the gorilla can't jump up and grab the tree limb and swing and give the drop kick and the whole 9 yards, then no.
All right.
But now, if there was trees, then the gorilla would
Yeah.
be back in the game.
No, then like that's home field advantage if there ever was. You can go up, climb the tree, and throw shit and just sneak attack at will.
Yeah.
All right, this has been Mensa Talk
Wild Kingdom.
here on the Drive-Thru. But Jim, you mentioned
I'll be Marlon Perkins. You can be Jim. And
you mentioned that some of these men, for reasons you have not disclosed, may want to sue. Is that what you said?
yeah, that's what somebody's going to get sued over this. Maybe this bad program. I don't know. Would you like for me to talk to somebody about suing somebody? Or would you like me to tell?
Yes, tell everyone.
Would you like me to tell people who they might talk to if they want to sue some? Oh, God damn it. Call this man.
Call Stephen P. News. If you need to sue. An outlaw mud show or two. He'll sue the rest.
Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to worry. You can call Stephen P. New at newlawoffice.com, 877-50-STEVE. And whether you're for the gorilla or against the gorilla, he's got somebody that can be on your side. He has pro-gorilla and anti-gorilla clerks in the law office now waiting to take whichever side of the case that you're up on. So if you want to be a monkey swinging around a tree, then you hire Stephen P. New. Or if you want to be a living, breathing human being that's smart enough not to fucking fight a monkey, then just hire Stephen P. New and he'll take the monkey to court. But one way or another, don't monkey around with Stephen P. New at newlawoffice.com, 877-50-STEVE, because he is not a man to be monkeyed or trifled with. Only if you're Peter Tork, Mike Nesmith, Davy Jones, or the other fucking guy.
Mickey Dolenz.
Mickey Dolenz, yeah.
The
If
other
you're
guy.
one of them, then you can monkey around with Stephen P. New.
What about a kangaroo? Kangaroos are pretty tough.
Well, I don't like the odds of facing them in court.
All right, Jim. Well, let's get a few more questions before we wrap up this banner episode of
Uh-huh.
the today's Drive-Thru is booked by Tony Khan, ladies and gentlemen.